Welcome to the December 19th, 2017 Yukon City Council and Yukon Municipal Authority meetings held in the Centennial Building, 12 South 5th Street, Yukon, Oklahoma. This evening, our invocation will be presented by Pastor Chad Penner from the Canadian Hills Nazarene Church, followed by the flag salute. Pastor Chad.
Lord, I come to you tonight and I lift this group to you as they guide our city. May they have your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of how all things come together. When they feel the pressures that the world puts on us, may they have the peace that comes from Christ the King. I pray these things because of the promise, hope, and power of the Holy Spirit for us. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
McCarran.
Here.
Smystrela.
Here.
Russell. Here. Alberts. Yonda.
Here.
Do you have any presentations or proclamations this evening?
None this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Shivers. This is our visitors section of the meeting where visitors can come forward and address the council on a non-agenda item. Do we have any folks wishing to speak this evening?
I have no request.
No request. Seeing none, we will now recess as the Yukon City Council and reconvene as the Yukon Municipal Authority. Item 1A is the YMA consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so the Yukon Municipal Authority, by unanimous consent, can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all authority members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion to approve A, the minutes of the regular meeting of December the 5th, 2017, B, payment of material claims in the amount of $45,898.60. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Russell.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
McCarran.
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
We will now adjourn as the YMA and reconvene as the Yukon City Council. Item 1 on the council is the consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so the City Council, by unanimous consent, can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all of the council members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion that will approve A, the minutes of the regular meeting of December the 5th, 2017, payment of material claims in the amount of $855,314.93. C, designating the items on the attached list from the Technology Department as surplus and authorizing their sale, donation, or trade. D, the amendment of the water tower attachment communication site agreement with Verizon Wireless for the modifications to the wireless equipment located at the 564 South Yukon Parkway. E, granting Oklahoma Gas and Electric an additional 10-foot easement, utility easement, to provide electrical service to the new maintenance and storage buildings located at 111 Ash Avenue, and F, setting the date for the next regular council meeting for January the 2nd, 2018 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers of the Centennial Building, 12 South 5th Street. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve. Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Yonda.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
McCarran.
Yes. Reports of boards and commissions and city officials. Mr. Crosby.
No report this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Item 3, consider approving a master services agreement and statement of work with Civic Plus, Inc. for a new Parks and Recreation software solution named Civic Rec at the initial year cost of $7,900 as recommended by the Information Technology Director. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? I think I'd like to ask Mr. David May. David, you're here. Exactly what does this do for us?
Well, this is first of all, thank you for having me here.
Right.
Happy holidays, and appreciate your time. Very quickly, this is a citizen-facing piece of software that will put you into the 21st century. Citizens live right here when they want to do business with the city, and this will allow them to register for memberships, pay for those memberships, and do many, many other things with the Park and Rec Department. So this is a great step forward in communications with the citizens and making it very easy for them to avail themselves of your services in your Park and Rec Department. And through meetings with the group in Park and Rec and IT, I understand that this is actually going to save the city quite a bit of money over what it would be to not go with our company. So we're very happy to offer you this partnership with the company Civic Plus. By the way, we do have about 2,500 clients across the United States and Canada. We're the largest company providing services in software to local governments. So we hope this is the beginning of not only a long and happy relationship with your Parks and Rec Department, but that we will be able to help you in other ways in the future.
And when will this service begin?
It will begin approximately 16 weeks or so after we finalize contracts and things. There's a time to build and move memberships in and all of that, but it doesn't take a long time to get this up and running for you.
Okay,
So
thank you.
it would certainly be in early spring, I would say.
Is this, the initial cost on this is $7,900. Is that the recurring cost that will occur yearly, or is it significantly change going forward?
That is not the recurring cost. Give me just one moment. That cost includes the building of the system and the training of the people here to use the system. The actual annual cost is at $4,500 starting year 2. So considerably cheaper than first year.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
Help me to understand what it does. You said people can join, they can get memberships.
So it depends on how your Parks and Rec Department is wanting to use this software. What this is membership management. It's also league management if you want to use that piece of it. Activity registration, facilities rental, all of that can be tracked through this software, and it's very easy for citizens to interact without having to pick up the phone or walk in the door of the Recreation Department to be able to do those things.
So makes reports? What's
It does make reports. It's a web presence.
statistical type of?
Yeah, it's a
Allows
it's a hosted web presence, so it's cloud-based,
Okay.
and we build it and host it, and then everything that the Parks and Rec Department does will be through this software in terms of citizen-facing, down to however detailed they would like to get with it. I would probably let them speak that what their intentions are for how much they'll be utilizing the system in the future, but it's to replace a system that you've had for 7 years that is outdated.
What did it replace, Jan? Yes. You know what it replaced?
RecTrack.
RecTrack.
Mhm. And one of the key differences between what you've had with RecTrack and what you'll have with us is that RecTrack is hosted on local servers that the IT department could speak to are aging out. What you have with us is an ongoing contract we host, so there's no need for those servers locally. We provide the security for them and all upgrades and everything that happens with it. So it'll be a very fast system and easy to use. I could actually leave you with one of these if you like them. Give you
Oh, that's
some-
all right, I won't
No?
look at it. No.
Okay. But I think I think you'll be really excited when you do get to see what it is doing for the community. I know that the Recreation Department has done their due diligence in going through meetings with us to see exactly what this will do for them, and I think they're pretty excited about the prospect of partnering with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, vote please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Smystrela,
Yes.
McCarran,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Item 4, consider approving change order number 3 to the City of Yukon Public Works Department Maintenance Facility Project and the Yukon Community Support Foundation Storage Facility to upgrade 6 overhead doors to meet appropriate specifications in the amount not to exceed $22,350.02 as recommended by the city engineer. Mr. Crosby, you want to comment on that?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of the council.
I'm sorry.
Excuse
Excuse me,
me.
I didn't- I haven't-
That's all right.
I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Excuse me. Now it's time for discussion. I'm sorry.
Mr. Mayor and members of the council, this item comes before you this evening for consideration. When these buildings and the specs were done for this, these are really 6 very large doors that will go on to allow our trucks and stuff to enter into. The doors that were really bid did not really fit to our needs over there. These are a lot heavier doors, stronger doors, because this is be security and things like that, things of that nature. In looking at it and having some problems with the other doors, we did an examination to have them that they would tie into the colors. And like I say, the main thing is the strength of these doors compared to what was bid. They're a lot heavier doors and will serve our purpose. And we did not want to put a very lightweight door in that won't last. And in looking at it, we think this is the best thing we could do was to look at an upgrade on the door, and that's why it's coming before you for a recommendation this evening.
Thank you, sir. Any other discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Alberts.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
McCarran,
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
Item 5, consider accepting the paving improvements and placing the maintenance bonds into effect to serve the residents at Yukon, 105 East Bass Avenue, as recommended by the city engineer. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Seeing none, vote please.
I do.
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Crosby, you want to explain the next three items?
Yes. Next 3 items are all related, and
These are the improvements that we had the residents at Yukon Hills put in. The first item, as you notice, that is the Bass Street that connects from Cornwell back in east to continue Bass that wasn't there before. The other ones, if you want me to discuss them now or you want to wait until we get to them, but I can go ahead.
I think we-
go ahead and explain. what
Okay,
you want.
the water line basically is connecting the water line from Cornwell back to Cherry and Bass Avenues. So we're basically looping that in there, and they had to do that for a fire line. So that's looping the water back in there. And the storm sewer is part of the street as well. They had 2 separate contractors on that, so that's why it's split out.
Just want to make sure, it kind of looks like we're doing something for someone's residence, but I wanted to make.
No, no.
I mean, I know, but
It's not intended for
that's an
that. It's
arbitrary
Bass
just for the-
Avenue
right.
between where Bass ended years ago and connecting to Cornwell.
Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate that. Just wanted to share that with the listeners.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think one other item of clarity, the residence at Yukon is also a senior living facility that is not a home residence of any kind.
That is right. It's a senior housing.
I mean, it's residents living,
Yes.
but it's senior housing. It is not individual homes.
No, it is not.
What,
It's
all
one
rentals.
structure with multiple units in it.
right. Okay.
Thank you, Mitchell.
All right, anytime.
Thank you. Any other Discussion. Thank you, Mitchell. Vote please on item 5.
McCarron,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Item 6, consider accepting the water line improvements and placing the maintenance bonds into effect to serve the residents at Yukon, 105 East Bass Avenue, as recommended by the city engineer. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Second?
A motion and second. Any discussion? Further discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Yonda,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes. Item 7, consider accepting the storm sewer improvements and placing the maintenance bonds into effect to serve the residents at Yukon, 105 East Bass Avenue, as recommended by the city engineer. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, vote please.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Okay. Item 8 is new business. Mr. Shivers.
No new business tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Council discussion. Ms. Donna.
Well, I had the opportunity to volunteer at the Santa's Toy Shop on Saturday, and I have to say that Jim Poe does an excellent job in organizing this event. He, along with the Yukon Public Schools and the many wonderful volunteers, are able to give families a Christmas for their children that they would not otherwise have. So a big shout out to Jim Poe and all the volunteers that make that happen. And then also I'd like to thank the Yukon Chamber of Commerce, the staff, the board of directors, and all the volunteers that made the Yukon Yuletide Express a huge success. We had the closing event last night where the winners were chosen, and there was a large attendance at that. So, and I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Mr. Lee.
Also want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Mr. Richard.
Well, thanks for the one of you all that showed up today. Thank you for being here. And I also want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And remember, folks, you've got about 5 days left, give or take. Get out and shop Yukon. That's all.
Mr. John.
I know we talk a lot about the park and the lights, and we just mentioned that, but the other night we had a chance with my family to go and ride on the train and walk through the park. And I mean, there's a Santa Claus there to take pictures with. There's a Grinch there to take pictures with. There's photos. There's snacks. There are people that are working, and I just wanted to give a sincere shout out and a thank you to all the city employees who work there, and then the volunteers. There's so many volunteers that help, and I mean, it's an event. I mean, if you jump in line and work your way through there and walk around, and you know, it's an hour or 2 hour deal on a Friday night. You know, on Tuesday night, if you want to make it a 30-minute trot through there, you can do that. But I just wanted to say after going and looking around and seeing all the different things to do and be a part of, it's a really big deal. And I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. We had a chance. I think everyone here went to the Sounds of the Season. It was a great show, and I wanted to say thank you to those sponsors and to the Oklahoma City Philharmonic and the guest conductor that was here this year. They did an outstanding job. The lady, the star, and I've forgotten her name. Someone could probably help me, but what a great show, and I appreciate that very much. And then Merry Christmas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Yeah, I want to reiterate as well, Sounds of the Season was kind of a special thing for me. I just really enjoyed the music this year, especially. I enjoy that type of music, and it was really a wonderful event. Parks and Rec annual holiday this year, one of the things that they do is a diaper drive, which is a competition between the community center, the Jackie Cooper Gym, and the Dale Robertson Center. So get your diapers out to those places here at the end of the month. It all goes into the Children's Center. They use 10 to 15,000 diapers a month. And so I think that's pretty it's a pretty big gift to them because it's one of their really high expense items. So we want to make sure that if you can, you get a chance to drop off some diapers at any of the recreation centers. Huggies and Pampers, I think, are the preferred diapers of choice. Also, Saturday, December the 31st, we'll bring it into the lights in the park. So if you have not been out, please get out and go to the lights and get a chance to see one of the very best displays in and around Oklahoma City. And certainly, we're very, very proud of it here. Next year, moving into January, New Year's free throw contest, January 3rd at the gym. Christmas soups and sweets thank you luncheon at the Dale Robertson Center. The baby crawl is January the 13th, and it includes the baby crawl and the toddler trot. And they're also on January the 27th, and you probably want to get in early because we usually sell out a couple of the dances as of January the 27th for next year. So very, very popular thing, has been going on for a number of years. Another one of the wonderful quality of life things that you get to do if you're here and you're a Yukonite. And I also, Santa's Toy Shop, I second what Donna had to say down there. I had an opportunity to spend a little time over there with Jim Pogue and the people, and you just have no idea what a wonderful effort that comes up every year for people who are really disadvantaged, and to have an opportunity for those kids to have a nice Christmas. So with that, with no other business before the council at this time, this meeting's adjourned.